Section 18 of a Guidebook of Art, Architecture, and Historic Interests in Pennsylvania, edited by Margaretta Archambault. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Read by Tatiana Chichilla. Washington County. Formed March 28, 1781, named for President Washington, originally part of Augusta County, Virginia. First court held here was 2 miles west on the Gabby Farm, marked by granite block. Inscription: on this spot was held in 1776 the county court for the district of West Augusta, Virginia, the first court held by English-speaking people west of the Monongahela River, erected by Washington County Historical Society, 1905. Chief industries between 1860 and 80, raising fine stock and wool growing. In 1884, oil was discovered, and for 10 or 15 years this county became an oil center with some of the largest wells. Now coal is being shipped all over the country from seemingly boundless veins. Washington, county seat, laid out in 1782, population 21,480. Courthouse built in 1900 on Main Street, Italian Renaissance, Columbia sandstone and granite. Architect F.J. Osterling. Contains portraits, also collections made by the Washington County Historical Society. Ground given by David Hoge of Virginia, who owned large tracts of land where the town now is. Town Hall, cornerstone laid by General U.S. Grant in 1869. Contains public library, gift of Dr. Francis J. Lemoyne. Washington and Jefferson College combined in 1870, from Washington College founded 1787, and Jefferson College founded in Canonsburg 1802. Both flourished until the Civil War, when many students enlisted and financial depression followed. Located 1 square east of the courthouse. Oldest part, 2-story, stone, erected 1793. Main building, brick 1836, enlarged 1875. Houses the YMCA, the museum, classrooms, and laboratories. Several other fine buildings of brick and stone are on the campus. Chapel contains portraits. Washington Seminary, recognized as one of the oldest and best institutions for women students, 1 square south of College, was built 1836. Bradford House, first stone house in this locality, was built 1794 by Colonel William Bradford, a leader in the whiskey insurrection. Residence Dr. Francis Julius Lemoyne, native of this town, built in 1812. East Maiden Street near Maine is one of the landmarks. He was a brilliant scholar, abolitionist, and promoter of the Underground Railroad. He built the first crematory in America, located south of Washington. First cremation, Baron de Palin, in 1876. Dr. Lemoyne was cremated 1879. The Presbyterian Church leads, with other principal denominations represented. Also Jewish synagogue. West from Washington, the Campbell family founded the Disciples, or Christian Church, on Buffalo Creek. The Cumberland Road, built 1811, brought an almost unbroken stream of home seekers through this town, en route to the west. Bridges and culverts built about the same time still stand, models of solid masonry and good engineering. One is between Washington and Claysville, town named for Henry Clay, who had an interest in the road and frequently came here. Canonsburg, laid out 1787 by Colonel John Cannon, population 10,632. A portion of his first grist mill is on original location near Chartiers Creek. Jefferson College, chartered 1802, oldest building erected in 1830, on North Central Avenue, highest ground in town. Was outgrowth of Dr. John McMillan's log cabin Latin school from 1782, first classical school west of the Allegheny Mountains. His cabin stands on the campus marked by a bronze tablet, placed by the Phi Gamma Delta fraternity custodians, having been removed from its original site 2 miles south of town. Franklin Hall, converted into a memorial hall in 1900, contains portraits of college presidents and professors between 1802 and 69. Also collections of old books from several early libraries and literary societies. May be seen by applying to any of the Memorial Hall committee. Stone edifice opposite campus, built by John Roberts, Esquire, who conducted a school and kept post office here in 1801. Parts of walls are said to be part of Stone Academy building, erected by Colonel Cannon, for which he donated the ground in 1790. It was merged with the log cabin school to form Jefferson College. 2-story building at northeast corner of Central Avenue and Pike Street, now grocery and hardware store, was site of the Joshua Emery's Hotel. Here President James Monroe was entertained in 1817. On east side of North Central Avenue between Pike and College Streets, vacant lot, site of Black Horse Tavern, notable as a resort of men who rifled the mail sacks when letters supposed to contain evidence against violators of the excise laws were stolen, en route to Philadelphia from Pittsburgh, 1794. Residence 62 to 68 East Pike Street, built by Dr. Jonathan Leatherman before 1830. Here Dr. John McMillan died in 1833. The flower garden with brick wall was laid out by a landscape gardener brought from Philadelphia by Dr. Leatherman. Original design still retained. The Hutchinson House, north side, West College Street, corner of Hutchinson Avenue and adjacent lots, once the Hutchinson Farm, was where the Whiskey Boys encamped in 1794. Here also musters were held before the Civil War. Chartier's Presbyterian Hill Church and Burial Ground, 1 mile south of Canonsburg, is where Dr. John McMillan began his pastorate in 1775 and was buried. Here, Woodrow Wilson's father was also a former pastor. This site became a rendezvous for the whiskey insurrectionists in 1794. A natural park of 70 acres within east side of the borough, acquired by gift, is a beautiful breathing spot for the whole community. About 1 mile northeast of Canonsburg at Morganza is the Western Pennsylvania Industrial School. The Morgan lands, 1,100 acres, was the home of General George Morgan, Indian agent in Pittsburgh, 1775 to 79. A portion of his residence is still standing, about midway between Morganza and Pollock. Here he was visited by Aaron Burr in 1806. General Morgan and his 2 sons were summoned to Richmond as witnesses when Burr was tried for treason. Monongahela, an important town, first called Parkinson's Ferry, then Williamsport. The men here took an active part in the whiskey insurrection, 1794. It furnished its quota of soldiers, known as the Williamsport Rangers, for the War of 1812. Monument to Colonel Hawkins and to the Philippine veterans. James Gillespie Blaine was born at West Brownsville in 1830. Amity, southern part of Washington near county line, was the residence of Solomon Spaulding, born in Connecticut, minister of the Congregational Church. Here he wrote the manuscript found, or Book of Mormon. He was not a robust man and spent many hours writing this romance, with no idea of founding a religious sect. He would read his book in the evenings to the men gathered in the general store. Died 1816, age 55. Grave marked by large granite block. End of section 18.